Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to part 3 of the 24-hour D&D for Kids with Cancer St. Jude Children's Research Hospital stream. Thank you very much for your donations so far. We're doing a great job, everyone. We're already 15%? Just over 15% of our goal. Thank you so much for all your support. There are a number of ways you can donate. They are highlighted there on screen and in this command. If anyone comes onto the stream asking how to donate, St. Jude is the command you want. STGUD, exclamation mark, STGUDE. And that will give them all the information they need. Also, there is a tweet that we can retweet. I haven't sorted that out properly yet. I'll do that in a hot second when we're going around and saying hello to everyone. Subs and bits do not support the charity, so please try not to sub or bit today. Save it for another day. The hype train is disabled. As far as I know, Twitch doesn't have a way to send that directly to the charity yet. The best way to donate, the only way to donate, I've turned off my personal donation link as well. The only way to donate is through the Tiltify link, which is in that command, okay, or in the panel below the screen. And then I don't handle any money. It goes straight through Tiltify, straight to St. Jude's. Let's go around and say hello to everyone, and then we'll do a little bit of an intro. So let's go clockwise around the screen and start with Devon is not here. D4 Devon. Oh, hi.
Hey, everybody. I am one of the co-DMs for D4. You can find us on Twitter at D4DNDRPG. You can also find me at Devon is not here, but as my name suggests, I'm not there very often. So, but I'm here to play a very fun adventure. He always looks for friends and things to do. His name is Diego, and he is a fighter bard.
Fantastic. Fighter bard, multi-class, yes. Brilliant. Next around the screen, moving around, we have Little Cuppa Joe. Jess, it's been too long.
It's been way too long. It's been since what, Tilt? Whenever that was.
God, that was like 2 seasons ago.
Wow. Yes, I'm Little Cuppa Joe. Jess, I stream, I do TTRPG things, I'm a voice actor, I'm a designer, I do way too many things except maybe sleep. However, tonight I'm here to do the TTRPG things and to sling another trash sun because I have to do that whenever I'm around on Scrat's channel. I will be playing Edward Galloway. He is a lord, recently returned from Waterdeep to investigate a little murder or two.
Perfect. Fantastic. Next around the screen, we welcome back Staff of Sage. Staff, how are you, Sage, how are you doing?
Oh boy, I have had an excellent day at work and now here to play some excellent D&D with some excellent folks. Today I'll be playing Alice Spade. She's a fast-talking private investigator who's gonna find whatever it is you're looking for.
I'm very hype. I cannot wait. And last but most certainly not least around the table, we welcome Ashley at Real Babs the Bat. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Yeah, that's me. I am Real Babs the Bat, or just Babs the Bat, on every other form of social media because Twitter was the only one where my actual handle was taken, so I had to change it. But I'm excited to play some D&D. I don't get to play very often anymore. So I'm excited to be doing this and staying up late and drinking coffee. And you can just find me on the internets. I just started a podcast called Nerdspresso, where I sit down with really cool people who have nerdy jobs, and we drink nerdy coffee from nerdy coffee companies, and we talk about life.
Oh, that sounds like an absolute dream. Now
It's pretty fun.
I've tried to link all of your Twitters and Twitches. Apparently, some of them haven't worked, so feel free to throw some links in the chat. I don't block stuff like that. Feel free to plug your stuff, and the same goes for that podcast as well. Our setting today. It's kind of like Baldurs Gate, but as we look across the stormy clouds of the black and white sunset scope into the rooftops of Boulder, we see pipe smoke rising as a lone detective stands under the candlelit lamplight, flicking back over a diary. The diary reads, "The Bronze Street Murders. It goes right back to page 1, and through the book we go to Bronze Street, the street newly adjoining the Temple of Ilmater to the main town square. Outside the Temple of Ilmater, there is a kerfuffle in the rain. 3 men enter the scene and only 2 leave. Shortly afterwards, or maybe during, maybe they were watching, that's up to our players, 4 people are going to enter the scene and discover this body before the watch get there. Who would like to arrive first on scene?
I'm
I
more than
will.
happy to. Oh, go
I was
for
about
it.
to say, I am definitely not the first one there. I am shuffling along behind.
Yeah,
Ladies first.
you see Alice run in. She has this rich auburn hair that is meticulously put together in these perfectly coiffed bun, and you see her clacking away with her T-strap shoes. This seems... Who is this? What's happened here? And she immediately begins looking around for clues.
I would say shortly thereafter, a young man dressed head to toe in black, immaculately dressed at that, with a gentleman's cane. He steps up at a leisurely pace, taking a look, watching her work, but not saying anything yet. He has piercing green eyes that are just sort of taking in the scene and thinking.
You see Alice spin around and she begins looking for any sight of who might have done this and looking around to any onlookers. Has anyone seen anything?
Hello, my friend. I have not. What are we looking for? What are we looking at? And coming around up through the rain is this man that's dressed in elegant performer's clothes that are all black with Damascus embroidery, but over that is the scalings of adamantine plate, and you see that they all have the motif of a scorpion, and in his hand he walks with this glaive that is actually lit ablaze, still burning in the torrential downpour. And as he looks upon the murder, he goes, "Oh my, it seems there's been a murder." And a thunderous clap happens around him as the lightning strikes. And we need to find justice for this person.
Yes, quite
Oh,
agree.
dear,
Murder
use
most
lantern
foul.
lighter.
Hello, let me introduce myself. I am Diego Esteban Angel Tortuga Hernandez, but you can call me the Dancing Scorpion.
Duly noted.
As you are
He'll
all on
just
the
step
scene.
up and start examining the body.
Yeah, as you are all on the scene, examining the body, looking for clues and such, I would like you to make me an investigation check. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Oh,
Tied.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh
Nice.
no.
no,
I heard that.
Hey, it helps if I don't log out of Roll20 when I'm trying to do things.
well, your roll came through fine. Your roll came through.
Hey! I got a 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best roll, but it came through.
You know what? But it's because, so Aldara is, she's got her hood up. She's in all like dark clothing and she's just kind of hanging back right now. Just kind of, especially because Mr. Flamboyant over here is just a lot. And so,
much.
she's gonna hang back for a second.
As you hang back, it will be you that we start with. You see, whilst they have found many, many things, the light. I've got your name wrong on the light is playing from this lantern through the barred fence of the Church of Ilmater, creating that distinct black and white effect as a hunched figure reaches a hand through the bars to hold your shoulder, Eldara, gathering your attention. There's no room for you to investigate here as this woman turns to you. I saw the whole thing, I did. I'll tell you my tale if you just give me a little sip on perhaps a bottle that you might have about your person, milady. It was a dance, a murder most foul, something only seen by those who walk the places that should not be walked. Just a little sip, milady.
Eldara kind of shrugs the person's hand off of her shoulder and says, I'm interested to listen, but I have nothing to offer you to drink.
Well, the Elf Song Tavern is just a few blocks away. Perhaps in exchange for my tale, I would take you at your word to just get me perhaps a little bottle. Unfortunately, I cannot go in. The lady barred me some weeks ago.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
All right. That is an 11.
Okay, on an 11. Got a dice roll out here. Oh yeah, you can read her like a book. She might have some information, but she could just be an old crone looking for, just an old crone looking for a chance to get up here, you know? She's seen, you'll look wealthy, and, you know, she does not. She's been barred. You can tell she's got a problem. Poor lady needs help, but, she might know something. It doesn't seem like she's lying. On an 11, you can't exactly read her like an open book, but...
All right.
Because I was not investigating, specifically choosing not to, as I'm just watching the other two go over the body in the scene, does my passive 16 see this happening?
Oh. Does your passive 16? Yes, of course it does.
It's dark and very stormy, you know?
True.
It could have been heavily obscured. So this light that is a beacon amongst like the torches in the city around starts walking your direction. Hello, who are you?
Oh.
As he's speaking to you and Eldara, and then he sees the elder woman. And who is your friend?
This is someone who may have some information.
Have you seen what happened here? As he's speaking to the old lady.
Yes. She purses her lips, revealing yellow-stained teeth with blackened sections, the odd tooth missing. I saw the whole thing, good sir, and I'm willing to share my tale. A little help. I'm in great
What is it
need.
that you need?
Just to press my lips to a bottle just once this evening.
I do not have a bottle. But what I do have is a gift, a nectar of the gods, you could say. And I will bring out a collapsing cup and then hold it out and let the rain fill it. Press this to your lips, my friend, and you will taste what the gods deem as the most holy of alcohols. And as she takes it, I will cast Prestidigitation to make it taste like a very hard liquor.
Yeah, she closes one eye to look into the cup, and her eye sort of almost pops out from her head looking into this bottle. As you can see, everything about her face droops, and this eye suddenly becomes very keen, going, "What are you playing at? This is just rainwater," and presses it to her lips anyway, trusting you, and takes a sip, and oh, that's some kind of magic.
As I said, it's a gift from the gods. You could think Ilmater himself, since you are standing outside his temple.
Right, well, deal's a deal. Thank you, good sir. You've helped me this evening, and I shall help you in kind. I saw them walking down. They were following him. I know not who he is, but there were two of them. They were all shadowed. You could barely make them out. Their heels made a click-clack against the tiles. They did not take long in dispatching this one. He seemed to dance with them in the moonlight for just a pure second, the shadows playing across their features. I was scared. I hid in that there doorway. I heard just not even a single cry before they sent him to the ground.
That sounds very troubling, my friend. I'm so sorry that you had to witness this. Did you make out what kind of race they were? What they were wearing? Anything like that?
Like I say, it was dark. I could barely make them out, but they were definitely very tall, all wearing heels, one or the other. There was definitely the click-clack of heels against the cobblestones. And I would say they were humanoid. Yes, humanoid. They had the right number of limbs. No horns or tails that I could make out. Certainly none of them sprouted wings and flew away. They went off down that way towards the gates of Baldur.
Well, thank you, my friend. And if you ever see yourself at the fair, you can always come see the dancing scorpion. For you, it will be free.
A tear rolls down her cheek. No one has ever been so kind, my lord. And she hobbles off with the aid of a cane.
Before she hobbles off, I'll kind of just nod my head and say, thank you so much for your help.
Thank you, kind lady, thank you. Edward, Alice. Whilst this is going on, you are investigating the scene. You see, several things on the ground. You can see, first of all, that this person has been dispatched with a wound to the back of the head, either with a blunt weapon or some kind of large axe. There's not much of a slice going on there. There are several things laying around the ground. Could be related and could not. There is a locket lying just a few feet from the body. Near this locket, as if rolled into the gutter, is a single lipstick tube. What do you even call them?
Tube.
Tube?
Yeah. Tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tube of lipstick.
Yeah, sure. Just suddenly sounded like a yogurt container. A tube of lipstick sits in the gutter, looking as though it could be washed down the drains any second by the rain. And in the air, the strange smell of roses.
So Alice is gonna pick up the tube of lipstick and look at what shade it is and shrug him. Not my shade.
I mean, it's noir. It looks black and white, but you would describe it as crimson.
We can see the tint or the shade, how
Yes.
dark or light it is.
Crimson.
Yeah. Edward is taking a look at the wound on the body and sort of turning it a bit, using the end of his cane to do so very gently, and assessing that. And I think out of the corner of his eye, he sort of catches sight of the locket and goes to collect that, pulling up the chain with the end of his cane and bringing it into his gloved hand. Does it open?
It does not open. The locket is a single symbol. It is, in fact, an amulet of protection, +3. And it has the symbol of Ulmater on the front.
That's quite a doodad you've got there.
Lovely little trinket, yes. Does it look like it might have come off of the body, judging from where it is, or does the body look like it's missing anything if I rifle a bit?
Do you know what? With that 28, I think we can carry that forward and give you just a little more information. Despite it being a locket from the of Ilmater, right outside the Ilmater temple, it does not look like it came from this person. This is a middle-aged, maybe young to middle-aged man, who is wearing kind of your clerk's sort of outfit. Sorry, we're all American here, right? Your clerk's outfit, and you know, kind of smart but not too fancy. It's cheap materials in a fine cut. You know, office worker.
Do I recognize this man? I'm originally from this place.
Give me a history check.
Sure.
Oh my goodness. Thank you very
My boy
much.
knows things.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Jess, for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. And also, Made of Cartoons, thank you very much for the resub. But please be aware, subs and bits will not be supporting the charity today. So if you'd like to support the charity, please use the donation link under the command St. Jude. On a 25, yes, you recognize this person. This person works at the at one of the local landlords' establishments, one of the local landowners, known as Scott Cruge and Sons. Established. Doesn't say when established,
Okay.
just established.
Just est. The year fell off the signage. Nobody bothered to replace it.
Yeah, he was an intern there some years ago. That's probably when you knew him. And as far as you know, he still works there.
Oh, I recognize this man. More's the pity, may he rest in peace.
Taken out a churchgoer.
No, not particularly. He was a clerk at Scott Cruge and Sons, just up the street there.
What kind of odd business has a clerk got himself mixed up into? Getting bludgeoned on the street? That's preposterous.
Right in front of a temple, no less.
Fleeing from trouble.
What did a friend, the old woman, have to tell all of you? Seemed to be quite animated discussion over there. If you don't mind my asking.
There's no problem at all. She was just some crazy loon. But she did say that she saw two men attack this one, and kept on and on about their click-clacking heels.
The clacking heels.
Interesting. I found a tube of lipstick.
Ooh, what color is it?
Dark gray.
I was drinking.
Lipstick most gothic.
And I will hold my hand out in order to take it,
Yeah, she offers it to you.
and I will put some on.
Matches
You realize she found that
nicely.
in the gutter.
But she found it closed, correct?
Yes,
See
it is true.
yourself?
So it is fine. How does it look on me?
Delightful.
I wonder how it would look on you.
Not
And it
really
gives
my
you a
shade.
wink. Maybe we can make it look a little more faded later. Anyways, what have we found here?
Well, by all accounts, a dead man. Seems to have taken blunt damage to the head, or perhaps had an axe leveled against the back of his brain. So, apart from that, not much. He'll hold up the locket. And there's this, but it doesn't appear to have belonged to him.
Surely, such a high market item is of interest to someone, though. We should ask inside. They might be missing it.
That's true. He tucks it into his coat, fairly ready, able to grab it back out if he need be. I'm not much for temples, but We do have questions to ask, do we not? Shall
That
we?
is true. And
As-
do not worry about this one. This one takes care of those that are not well off. They like to heal people.
So,
He
as
just
you are
gives a
about,
bit of a derisive snort.
as you all are getting ready to move on, or perhaps investigate further, you hear the swing of a gate, and steps in a sort of processional fashion, slow swinging steps of perhaps a beat officer. And hello, what's going on? Oh, hello. Mr. Galloway. And
Good to see you, officer.
famous heroes. You've good to meet you. How you've was this a criminal? Hello.
Hello, my friend. I am Diego Esteban Angel Tortuga Hernandez, but you can call me the Dancing Scorpion. Yes, we have stumbled upon this murder most foul.
Yes, and
Goodness
you're late
gracious.
to the scene as usual, I see. Well done.
Well, actually,
Need not-
an old crone just came and said, well, she was screaming bloody murder. I thought I'd come and check it out, but I wasn't sure I'd find anything.
Well,
We
you
need not
haven't,
worry.
because we did first.
Oh,
You might as well take the night off.
yes. No, that would not. That my duty. I should investigate thoroughly. We'll just get this body off the streets first of all. These people, they.
Indeed,
co-
he took a blunt force trauma wound to the back of the head and seems to have fallen. There was a
Eh?
tube of lipstick over there that seems unrelated, and I have found
Eh?
a locket that I assume belongs to the temple.
Eh?
What have you seen?
Dead bloke.
Oh,
Well, that's a
God.
start.
Hang a minute.
Astounding.
Hang on. Don't worry. I'll get help. And he takes a whistle. And. Oh, I will get the chief inspector down here in no time.
Mindful, I haven't seen him and given him a bit of my mind in a while. He smiles winningly.
It's always a pleasure, Mr. Galloway.
Yes, I know. The pleasure's all yours.
Yes. Ah, yes. And it's an uncomfortable minute before the chief inspector arrives.
Uncomfortable for who?
For him. And the chief inspector, he's there we go. All right, Galloway out here causing trouble again, are you?
Doing your job, more like. He'll repeat what he gave to the officer, information-wise.
All right. None of that. It's too late to help him now, isn't it? He's out. Let's get him off the streets.
Don't you have men for that?
Eh?
I said, don't you have men for that?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, they're on their way.
Well, you know, there's a rather easy way to solve this, but we perhaps should take this body somewhere more secluded, so I can have a chat with him.
How can you have a chat with a dead man?
How do you think? He just sort of gives a nonsensical wave of the hand, but there's a little bit of a sickly green spark at the end of his fingers when he does. Very faint.
It's very disturbing, turning a man into a puppet.
Okay.
Are you a
no.
ventriloquist?
Not in the least.
Look,
I simply have a few little hobbies.
we're right here. He pulls a hourglass from his pocket, looks at it and goes, It's still early. A priest will probably still be in the temple. Let's carry him on in. We can put him down in one of the lower levels. The basement leads into catacombs. It's pretty much put him in the ground already, and it's cold down there as well, so it shouldn't smell too much.
Right, well,
Bobby, you take that on.
strong. Why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, the two of them, the chief inspector and the Bobby, will just drag him in, They don't knock or anything. They just go straight through the temple door, and there is a brother in the temple who is shocked to see this parade head straight down the temple steps towards the sort of. Damn it, I do have a cowl in the other room as well. He's sort of wringing his hands and wringing his holy symbol, the bloodied hands, and as the police take him downstairs, he looks to all of you. What on earth is going on?
Well, that's exactly what we're looking to find out here. We've got a dead man on your steps and some clues to figure out who had done it.
Oh, and perhaps you maybe drop this. He holds out the locket.
Oh my, well that is, may I? Yes. Certainly one of our artifacts.
Is there anyone that is missing one of their holy symbols?
Well, no, we don't tend to wear them personally. We tend to give them out as protective trinkets for our followers. This is a powerful protection amulet. It would increase the armor class of any wearer by 3. It's surely someone must have been extremely worried to be wearing such a thing.
Well,
Well, if
clearly
it
it
is-
didn't help our dead friend.
And if it is such a powerful artifact, I would assume that you have a record of giving out such things.
Yes, I would. Come with me down to the reliquary. I'll have a tome down there that records these sorts of things.
Take me away, my friend.
Good, I'll
Indeed.
go with you. You want, would you like to question our dead friend? As Alice addresses Galloway.
Yes, I think I shall take care of that. If you're interested in the conversation, feel free to join me later.
I walk up to Edward and I say, "Do you mind if I stick with you and help if you need?"
Well, I could certainly use someone to take notes.
Sounds good to me.
Very well,
Look.
let's go.
I'm supposed to be closing up the door anyway around this sort of time. Why don't we all... I'm not sure how long your investigation will take, but there's a key under the doormat for the front door. We can meet up in the Elf Song Tavern. I'm meeting my wife there later. And we can compare notes before we go about our day. Whoever leaves
yes.
last, lock up, that's all.
Cool.
You may trust us
By
for
all
this.
means.
And
So we'll go talk to a dead body.
Let's go check out that logbook.
Yep.
okay, so let's do the logbook first, because it should be quite easy. Did I give you a name, Edward, for the chap on the floor? I just told you what his profession was and everything.
Yeah, you told me who he worked for, but that was not his actual name.
His name was Jonathan Bedford. And as you go down, as Diego and Alice follow Brother Hubert down into the reliquary, he selects a number of tomes before taking a large white tome and pulling it off the wall. This is most of our protection materials. Let's see here. +3 should be easy to find. We don't give away items like this very often, so... I say, this is some time ago we gave this away. This is... nearly a decade.
Decade? To who?
It was one of our following, Julianne Bedford.
Huh.
Unfortunately, she
Curious.
died some years ago.
Even more curious. Tell me, do you know where perhaps she is buried?
Well, yes, she'd be buried in the tombs, but I mean, surely you don't intend to disturb the dead. She's been dead more than 5 years. She'd be no more than a skeleton by now.
I don't know, my friend. The other two are talking to a dead man right now.
And you
It's
see him.
Baldurs Gate. Dead
Pale?
or a business.
Oh, in my temple. Oh, okay, well. This is fine.
Don't worry, I'm a devout woman. We'll keep watch.
Alright, just let's not stir anything up. The last time a bunch of people started talking to the dead in the catacombs, there was that terrible orb that raised all of the catacombs, and I ended up hiding in the basement for some many days before a hero saved me.
Now that sounds like an adventure, my friend. And you see like this giant grin stretch across Diego's face as his eyes light up with enthusiasm and excitement.
Oh. That's all this tome is going to show us. I'm going to head on to the tavern. If you wish to join your friends, you may, but you could also come with me. I'll be good for the first round.
We'll catch up in a bit, darling. Don't worry.
Thank you. And starts. Yeah, it always looks like a glide in a monk's robe. You know, with the way the robe hangs. It's perhaps like a duck. It seems calm on top, but you get the impression his feet are shuffling quite quickly beneath that robe. We'll head down to catch up with Aldara and Edward as you quickly find the chief constable and this Bobby laying the body on a stone slab, perhaps a place that looks like it's designed for preparing bodies for funereal processions.
Well then, have you got him quite comfortable?
Well, I mean, not much to see, really, is there? He's just taken a blow to the back of the head. Probably a thief or a robber. They get a bit keen sometimes, especially if they're not with the guild.
I rather think I'd like to ask him myself.
Oh, I'm not going to watch while you do that. Come on, Bobby, let's get out of here.
All in a day's work for all of you, yes?
Oh.
Go carefully. He steps up to the side of the table and looks to Aldara and just nods for her to get to the other side. So, we've 5 questions to ask this man once I activate this spell. So we'd better make them good ones. Anything on your mind?
Other than the obvious?
Who killed you?
Right.
Yes, well, that's top of the list, but I don't imagine he had a likelihood of seeing whom, considering it struck him on the back of the head.
Where he got the locket?
That's assuming the locket was his.
We can always ask.
Indeed. There was a faint smell about the area. Did you notice that?
Roses.
Ah, welcome. You're done with the book.
It was very quick. He just told us who it was.
Yes. Apparently it belonged to a certain Julian Bedford, who's been dead for several years.
Bedford.
Yes.
Well, our gentleman here is Mr. Jonathan Bedford. As I said, I knew this man when I was a child.
Ah, relation perhaps.
Would I have known who Julianne is? Does that name ring a bell?
I don't think it would. You would have known him when he was an intern, and he
Sure.
kept to himself a fair amount.
Well, the name doesn't ring any bells. Perhaps he married when I was away.
Or it could be a sister.
Cousin,
Long
wife.
estranged in another land.
You have a very fanciful imagination, Mr. Scorpion.
I've seen most of the Sword Coast. There are tales that would blow your mind.
I'm sure you'll have to regale me about them later. Let's solve this first, shall we? He gently removes his gloves and puts a hand over the body, and I will cast Speak with the Dead.
Indeed.
Because that's fine. So I got 5 questions and 10 minutes.
Yeah. as you cast this spell, you can tell it has worked, for the body lurches a little. Oh, disturbed.
Long time no see, Jonathan. I regret to inform you, you're quite dead. Tell me, old friend, did you happen to see who did it?
I did not see, but I knew they would come.
You should probably ask him who his greatest enemy was.
And who are they?
The curse. The curse that came. I was warned that they would come if I handled the deeds, the documents. Did not believe it, I took it for folly.
Takes a moment to think. He'll glance at the others to see if there are any questions waiting in their eyes.
I'd like to hear more about these documents.
I like the way
agree.
you think. What were these documents you handled, Jonathan?
What's the difference between a real deed and a forged deed? And how can you draw that line when a house appears overnight and the occupants disappear? It's for the Mordecai Mansion.
Mordecai Mansion. Oh well. I think we're on 3 at this point.
Yeah, that was number 3.
Okay.
Ask where this mansion is, or who the people that disappeared were.
Are we familiar with the Mordecai Mansion at all? Does that ring any bells for anyone?
I believe the Mordecai Mansion is in one of the cedar districts of the lower city. Truly a wretched sight to behold, haunted of something.
Yes, that's right. It's been a while. I'd nearly forgotten. Well,
That sounds like an
finally.
adventure.
It was-
Everything sounds like an adventure to you, Diego.
You love adventure, don't you?
Ah, yes. What is life if not adventure?
Focus. 2 more questions. A few more minutes. So we know where the Mordecai Mansion is.
He also said that it was a curse that came after him. Does he know what this curse was? Oh, the name of the curse. These people were.
Yeah. Now you're thinking.
I do it sometimes.
What do you know about the nature of this curse?
They say it would follow anyone who would presume to own such a place.
Where are the
There were-
deeds now?
They were on my person.
I see.
Start
Well.
rifling through those pockets.
Good work then, and you may take your rest.
Thank you.
And Diego will
He'll
actually.
close his eyes.
Diego will take out 2 gold coins and place it over his eyes.
Nice.
Are the watch in the room with us, but like over facing away,
I
or
think
did
they
they
bounced.
leave?
I think they bounced.
Did they like legit like just peace out?
Yeah, they pieced out.
Oh, okay.
They do that when Edward's around.
I was about to say if they were still here, I was gonna mess with them, but oh well.
So yeah,
It's fine.
Alice grew up in Baldur's Gate as well, so Edward and Alice probably crossed paths quite a number of times.
He's just like, ah, yes, I remember you. Did you happen to find anything on the body? Any papers?
Oh yes. Alice is going rifling through all the pockets to try and find these alleged deeds.
This probably explains why they didn't even bother to introduce themselves to each other.
Yeah, just you. It's like, of course you're here.
Any deeds on investigating or anything? Nothing?
You can. No amount of investigation check is going to fill these empty pockets.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is why they killed him, to take the deed.
Well, it sounds like the deed is quite cursed, so perhaps we just wait around for another body to turn up.
But if it is the curse that came after the deed, and now the cursed have the cursed deed, who gets attacked?
Well, who did you say that this man worked for?
Scott Kruge and Sons, established in some year nobody remembers.
Not terribly interesting. Well, alright, well let's see. Well, who would want such a place? Perhaps we should go and investigate.
Either that or we go straight to the mansion and see if anybody's already settling in.
Quite.
Well,
So,
I believe we were instructed to lock up before we left.
yes.
Yes.
Did we find out who owned the mansion before this? He said the last occupants disappeared.
So you all would remember the Mordecai mansion and the legend therein. The mage Mordecai appeared in the Bloombridge estate one year. The house appeared fully furnished with servants and everything overnight. It was later discovered that he was killing people in the basement, inviting people by invite only and using their invitation to take advantage of them. People who received invites were never seen again. And then one day, there was a raid on the mansion. The watch raided in full force, horns blaring, you name it. But there was no sign of Mordecai. Thank you very much, PW, for that $20 donation via Tiltify. You have an advantage to gift. Let us know who you would like to receive it.
And Diego says, yes, I have heard of these Mordecai murders, but he was never caught. So, we can lock up, but we have to return the key to the,
Elf Song Tavern.
Yes.
Having a drink there with his wife. Well, let us make haste.
Indeed.
You make haste through the cobbles and rain towards the Elf Song Tavern, perhaps turning your collars up to the foul weather. As you approach the Elf Song Tavern, just a few blocks away, you can hear the faint song on the air of an elven maiden of times long past. It's said that she sings for an adventurer who once went to battle and never returned. As you enter, this song grows stronger, and inside there are a small number of tables, two locals who are always in this bar. One is slumped on the table, the other is loudly drinking. If you can imagine exactly what I mean. And behind the bar stands a barmaid. Elven barmaid. Aesthetically attractive. Whatever that means.
Diego is entranced by the music and everyone inside, and he goes, you make the delivery of the key and do whatever you do. I'm going to be over here making some money. And maybe finding a place to stay tonight.
Of course.
Alice will lean in.
Whatever you do.
Alice will lean into you and whisper to Mr. Scorpion. Careful, the dice are always loaded.
It is not a game that I am playing. It is the dance.
Ah. I look forward to seeing it. And then she'll immediately turn around and start looking for the pastor and his wife.
Inside the door to the left, perhaps why you didn't notice them, they're a little out of the way in a booth. And as you look that way, you can see the pastor raise a hand.
He'll go over and slide the key on the table over to him. All locked up as requested.
Thank you. And
no zombie incursion to speak of.
Ah. This is Deirdre. Deirdre, this is I think they're famous adventurers. The police didn't question them anyway.
Pleasure to meet you. And Alice extends a gloved hand. Alice Spade.
Pleasure to meet you.
Edward will tip his hat. Lord Edward Galloway. Charmed.
Pleasure.
Eldara just kind of nods her head towards them, but doesn't say anything. She still has her hood up.
Did you find out anything interesting from the body below the temple grounds? It was definitely dead when you left, right? It was definitely dead.
Yes, he shall rest in peace forevermore.
Good.
Unless, of course, you invite a necromancer under your roof.
Please don't joke.
Which I do not recommend.
Still lay awake at night sometimes thinking about the clawed fingers trying to come through the door. No more of that.
Dear me. Yes, I lie awake at night thinking of the dead as well. In any case.
Does that sound more foreboding when you
Mansion. Excuse me.
Sorry.
The Mordecai Mansion seems to have figured into this. Cursed deeds and such.
A wretched place. We tried to consecrate the land there and found no joy. No joy whatsoever. It was as though the land itself repelled us. Warded in some way.
Now, it's been a while since I've been back in town. Did you happen to notice anything odd recently? I've been turning up to sermon. The arms box has been rattling. The dead have stayed dead. Important, that one. Always a good sign. I happened to notice that a few girls weren't turning up to our book meeting. Started a couple of weeks ago. First Sally didn't turn up, and then the next week it was Mary. And this week Margot didn't turn up either. I thought they were just losing this. Oh, we just like to read literature. We're awfully fond of that. What on earth is his name? You know the one. Writes about those novels. The crime novels mostly. Lockhart, I think. No, Flashheart. That's it. Flashheart. That's his name. Yes.
Yes. That pulp.
Yes, and she sort of reddens a little bit. Some of you may have. I'm gonna just look across it. Some of you may have heard of some of his book titles, including *The Search of Dreams*, *The Pint-Sized Secrets*, and *The Bridal Quest* are all top-tier Flashheart novels.
Gnome author?
If you're into smut.
Alice secretly loves it, so she's putting off an air of, oh god, how distasteful, but she's like, I've read every single one.
It's like, oh my gosh, you know the one that's coming out?
Yeah, I think that the next one that's coming out is called Millionaire's Instant Baby or something like that.
Oh no.
Crime.
Crime.
We thought they were just, losing interest in the books, but it is odd.
Hmm. And the old woman said she heard clicking, clacking of heels, yes?
And
He
we
looks to
found
Aldara.
lipstick.
Indeed. And that locket, but it seems to be marginally unrelated. So far.
Do you know where about these girls live? Or where they like to hang out? Outside of Sermon, of course.
Oh, I mean, I don't know where they live exactly. We don't live close, we have our own community watch and things, but let's see, I think Mary lived over in near the temple, actually. And Margot lived between the temple and the Bloombridge estate. And I think the last one, her name's escaped me. I only said it a second ago. Sally, that's it. Sally lived on the Bloombridge estate, yes.
Interesting. Something to look into while we're in the neighborhood.
From the bar, you hear the loud drinker, I should have got another bottle, that's what I should have done. And that'll be a beautiful segue over to Diego.
Diego has cleared an area where he can dance, quote unquote, and he actually runs his hand across his glaive blade as it ignites on fire, and he starts spinning it to try and gather everyone's attention. I will roll a performance.
Please do. By the way, little cup of Joe, that advantage went to you.
That's funny.
Well,
I guess that would be mean I rolled a 1.
You did roll in that one, yes.
Yes.
My goodness.
Wow.
But with your plus 13, it's not your day. The performance is still there. You know the routine, but when your heart just isn't in it. So you still get a round of applause, and people are still impressed. But you personally may be disappointed with your performance.
It's not.
Bummer.
It's not quite on time with the beautiful music that this maiden is singing. But
It's a slow jam.
And I guess what is keeping me off time is I'm actually trying to keep my attention on my fellow investigators and see if there's anybody that's eyeing them suspiciously or that seems nefarious in some way. If I can make a perception check.
Yeah, please, by all means.
Again?
Wow.
Not your night?
I guess
Someone
not.
buy this man an advantage.
I almost feel like I want to give you mine.
It
Hey,
is fine.
Diego. Hey, Diego. If in all of this distractedness you catch yourself on fire, please make sure you say it.
Probably more so like as I'm spinning, I knock over a mug that has like high grain alcohol as the table below me catches ablaze as I try and use my foot to sweep it out as it was part of the routine. Totally meant that.
One of the only other occupants, the drunk sleeping on the table, stirs slightly at your performance but does not wake. Perhaps your eye not only is drawn by this little misdeed, but also the barmaid, having seen your performance, calls over to you. There'll be no use performing for these drunks, I'm afraid, good friend, though I can tell you are skilled. Something troubles you, though. Come, have a drink.
How can I say no to such a lovely lady with a lovely opportunity to tell me her tales? And I will follow.
She pours you an ale and says, "What is it that's troubling you? You seem distracted."
There has been a murder
Oh,
just outside the temple. It is connected to the Mordecai mansion. Do you know the Mordecai murders?
oh, please! I work in a tavern. Everyone was speaking about the Mordecai tavern mansion just a few years ago. You know, I heard
Right.
that.
Do we hear him just blurt this out?
If one of you is being less engaged in the conversation, as I don't think Aldara is.
That
Yeah.
would definitely be me.
Yeah, you
I
can
am
definitely hear that.
Okay. And I just look at Edward and I'm like, are we supposed to be telling everyone what's happening and all of the things we've discovered?
Gods no. Go and clock him on the head or something.
Let's see. Can I find I assume there's some sort of water in here somewhere. Even though we're in a bar. And Aldara will take it and just kind of slightly flick her wrist and shoot the water in Diego's face. It's just a little bit of water. It's not a lot, but just enough to like get
a
him
cup
to
of water.
stop.
It's like a spray bottle.
And I'll use
Stop
the
it.
shape water cantrip to do that.
By all means. So as she's saying, "Oh yes, well, it's a few years everyone was talking about. Did you hear that recently Scott Cruge and
Oh, it seems that there is a leak in your tavern. It seems to be raining on the inside. You probably should get your roof checked out.
I do not
And I
think
will-
that's
Oh my god.
quite the problem." And she passes
Walk.
you a.
I will walk over to Diego and be like, "Are you all right?"
They have a leak in the tavern.
That's
And I point
horrible.
to the ceiling.
You should probably move from this spot.
She was just about to tell me some very important information.
Your friend was just telling me all about the murder most foul and all of the things you found.
Oh yes, can I actually grab Diego's drink for him? We need him over here.
Oh, by all means.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be rude.
No, not at all.
But do not worry, I will see you later. That is if, you have a room that's available.
Oh,
I kind of turn him and shove him towards Edward and Alice.
Oh. Always have a room available for a dashing adventuress solving a murder.
Edward's
Hey,
just sort
Diego,
of resting his
we
hands
would-
on his cane, looking at you.
Edward would like to see you over here.
What is the problem?
Are you asking Aldara that, or are you asking
Yes.
that to Edward when... Oh, he needed to see you for a moment. I don't know what it's about. He just
Okay.
told me to come get you.
As you walk
All
away,
right, come over.
You see the barmaid immediately walk around to that drunkard sitting on the bar drinking loudly, and she's like, "Did you hear that? Saying that there's a murder outside in the Temple of Ilmo." Murder!
Oh, great.
Yep.
Well,
Well, one, it's Baldur's Gate. Welcome to Murder City. Two, there's us, the cleric, the bard, the waitress, and the two drunk guys who aren't paying attention. Who are you stopping from telling?
At that moment, the local mill turns out, and 50 workers. No, I'm joking.
suddenly it's a very crowded tavern.
Yeah. But I walk over and I go, Edward, what is the problem?
The problem is your ability to run your mouth exceeds your ability to think things through, it seems.
You'll be surprised at how much people like to talk. Especially when you just treat them like people.
Indeed, I'm sure. But perhaps don't go explaining the whole situation to everyone you meet. We need a little time to look into things ourselves first.
If the streets are dangerous, don't you think we should warn them?
Not
Or would you
yet.
like to keep it a secret so everybody just gets stabbed in the back?
I think everyone knows that Baldur's Gate is a dangerous place. No one is under any
So
sort of
then-
illusion.
Then what is the problem?
The problem is this specific murder has certain circumstances we don't need getting out. Besides, do you really want people to be concerned about a situation that took place right in front of a temple? Think of the good pastor and his situation, don't you?
As we're all standing right in front of him and his wife.
Yeah, like
Nervous
literally
drinks.
gesturing to the man.
And I would be like, but the Temple of Ilmata takes care of everybody that is suffering. So,
Yes, and if people hear someone was murdered on the very footsteps of the temple, do you think they're going to want to go?
where in this city are you going to go that isn't a murder place?
Fair.
heard-
Fair.
I've
mean,
heard
look
the
at the- look
estates
Look on the blood stain at this table over here. I'm pretty sure that was a death. Welcome to Baldur's Gate.
Indeed.
All right, so what have we found out?
Well,
Let's go. We can go have a team huddle over at a different
Yeah.
table so we're not just looming over.
This poor pastor.
we go get a table, get some drinks, and lay out the facts.
Mhm. Just the facts, ma'am.
And then after all the facts have been stated, Diego speaks up and says, well, if Mordecai was never found, what if he is back and wants his house back? And he's killing everyone in order to get the deed.
Bringing over your drinks, the barmaid leans down and says, I heard that Scott Cruge, established, and Sons established, are looking to sell the Mordecai mansion.
So,
How fascinating. It seems we have a lead.
Do you know when it was established? Because that is the key information that we are missing.
nobody knows when they were established. Everyone's forgotten.
When was Scott Cruge established? They just appeared
At
one
the-
night. How weird. Anyway, enjoy your drinks.
Either way, I think we should go over there and have a chat.
Yes.
Nearby, the man sleeping at the table goes, Madam. Madam.
It's fine, he's drunk. Nobody's going to care what he has to say.
Thank you very much to Sphinx, who has donated an advantage to each of you. Takes our total up to
Aw.
$560 so far. We're well over a quarter of the way
Woo!
through. Thank you.
Woo! That's wonderful.
Thanks,
Thank
Sphinx.
you.
Diego thanks you.
So, did you say you were going to head to Scott Cruge's?
It sounds like we are, although, like, what is the time of night? Should we, like...
The sun has definitely set. The lantern lighters will be going around and dousing the lamps for the evening now to save oil.
So, possibly closed for business by this point in the evening.
I would say definitely.
Mhm.
That is perfect Baldur's Gate business time.
Exactly, but they're up to no we're now in the up to no good hours.
The prime time of adventure.
Yes, well, do we want to do this through official channels and speak to them in broad daylight, or would we like to push down the back door and question them?
Well, it can't hurt to at least go have a look. Perhaps on the way to an inn for the evening. You know,
Inn?
should we happen to cross the neighborhood?
I have a house we can stay at. This room.
Very well.
Unless, of course, you want to spend your coin to further the tourism industry in this town.
Well, I was more mentioning for our friends who might not live here themselves.
I have not paid for a night's stay somewhere in, I don't know, 6 or 7 years.
Correct.
Wow.
As you mentioned, the tourist establishment of this town, for a second, the elf song falters, and some of you might recognize the elf behind the counter quickly casts the somatic components for minor illusion. It starts up again.
That's why it was throwing me off. It was not real. There was no heart in it, no passion.
Well, why don't we passionately walk out that door and get ourselves to Scott Cruge and Sons?
Did you make
then
sure
put
to
down
give
for
the
good.
man back his key?
Yes, taken care of.
As you step out of the Elf Song Tavern onto these now damp streets, I think the rain will have subsided by now, actually. So as you step out onto the night streets, you can head towards Scott Cruge and Sons, not down Bronze Street, in quite the opposite direction. Turning the corner, you can see the building there amongst all of the other established buildings in this city. The Alley of Landowners, as it's known. There's only one successful one in recent years, and it would be Scott Cruge. There is a lantern lit in the top window. The rest of the street is dark. That top window is lit. And that, I think, is where we'll take our 5-minute break. We'll be back shortly, everyone. Do as we do. Stretch your legs, grab a drink, take a bio, do all the things that make you human. And we'll see you back here in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great break. We certainly did. Now, there's a... we're being conscious of the time here, so we're going to do a quick montage as we go and speak to Scott Cruge in his shop. Scott Cruge, it turns out, has not needed to sleep for some decades. It will not take these characters long to decipher that he is, in fact, a vampire. However, this has only made him a more shrewd businessman, and his success owes mostly to the fact that he has little to no care for humanity and really, really misses blood, as he seems to abstain. If we can take some rolls.
Respectable.
Okay, so figuring out that he's a vampire in my persuasion.
I don't mean figuring out the stuff I've already told you. I mean figuring out the stuff I haven't told you yet. What kind of...
Yeah, no. So I would actually cut myself and let my blood drip in my persuasion in order to get him to talk more. And I will actually use my advantage. How do I do that on Roll20?
There should be a top
Roll.
somewhere at the top or something.
Or just roll twice and
just
take
if
the
you're
higher?
using Beyond D&D, just roll twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
fine.
will give you one of my bardic inspiration dice, so you can roll an additional D8.
Okay. That 23, and then how do I add the D8 to it?
Roll 1D8.
Yeah, in the in Roll20, just type /roll 1d8.
It says unrecognized command.
I'll put it in Zoom chat for you.
Okay.
Oh, there might be the space. I bet it's the space.
That's what it is.
Oh.
Hey.
So a
Nice.
30.
So on
So
the
persuasive.
Jesus.
Lord, I think he wants to marry you.
on the 30 persuasion, as your arm drips of blood. Now, typically thanks
I
to
can take
Hildy,
damage.
Thanks to Hildy, I do have a wound I could show off for this, but I feel like a wrist content warning isn't necessary halfway through an otherwise family-friendly show. He sees the blood running down your arm, and you see his lips quiver as his teeth elongate just a little bit. Eager to be rid of you, he divulges more information. Yes, I've been trying to I've been trying to sell that place. It is a vile stain on this land. It needs to be sold. It needs to be taken on and done something with it. The rituals on the walls are staining the whole city. It's been sitting there dormant for too long. No one owns it, so I shall own it and sell it. Think of the housing economy. I'm doing everyone a favor.
Well, selling cursed deeds doesn't seem to be doing anyone a favor.
Curse? That's a myth.
Is it?
That's what the young Jonathan is always saying every morning in the office. Oh, it's a curse, it's a curse, it's a curse.
Well, I regret to inform you, Jonathan will not be reporting in ever again.
Ever.
Oh.
And then with that, thunder crashes and lightning strikes outside as prestidigitation.
God.
Oh, it's all
Everyone
about
just sort of
theatrics.
looks out the window like.
Aldara rolls her eyes and then uses druidcraft to add some wind to it.
Thank you very much,
Let's
Anonymous, for the donation. For me. Thank you.
The shutters start to rattle a little bit.
How unfortunate. I'll have to arrange compensation for his family. Ugh.
Yes,
I do have a very specific question.
Yes.
When were you established?
We have always been established. Look at me. I am established.
You are very established. A very fine-looking man.
dapper.
I was not merely made up in a split second during a break. I am a fully fledged NPC, I'll have you know.
I would like to insight check that.
I'm afraid insight checks do not work against the DM. To quote one of my favorite memes, I have a pass, thank you.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Well, it seems like that's all we're gonna get here.
Look, if you want to do all of us a favor, everyone in the city, you'll either demolish that place or get rid of the evils that seem to be playing over it. Maybe there was something in what Jonathan said about the curse. And as he says curse, there genuinely is a thunderclap and a strike of lightning. No prestidigitation this time. Yeah. And he says, ugh. There should only be one curse in this city, and it should be put to good monetary and entrepreneurial use, in my opinion. He takes a sip of, it says on the bottle, O-3 grape juice.
Indeed. Well, we shall leave you to your repast and take a look at this mansion.
Good luck.
Thank you for your time.
Away.
Off we
And
go.
then
As you
I will
go,
take some.
you
Oh,
should
I would take some of the.
Consider one of our mortgage schemes. We're doing 5% deposit at the moment.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. I'm all paid off.
I have ancestral properties. You don't need to worry about me.
The rent business is a good one. Trust me.
Diego will actually smear the blood across his lips.
Oh my god.
Like a lipstick, and blow him a kiss and say, as someone that is so established, you probably have many tales to tell, and I am looking for a home. This one looks pretty nice. But I would tell you, I'm the only one that bites. And that's the last thing I say as I walk out the door.
So sassy. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm feeling a little verklempt.
Suddenly feeling very bad for Mr. Crouch.
As you leave, do you wish to head to said mansion?
Oh, yes.
Do it.
That sounds great to me.
As you all step onto the grounds in Bloombridge of the Mordecai Mansion, you each make me please a... What's the spellcasting ability for a cleric?
Wisdom.
Wisdom saves, please.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Those of you who have passed seem not to notice anything strange as you step onto this so-called desecrated ground. However, those of you who rolled below a 10, I'm sorry, Sage and Devon, you get a strange chill down your spine. There's a moment of perhaps cold perspiration, and you feel, despite your very recent sass, that you could potentially be charmed easily, as you will now have a vulnerability to charms.
Ooh.
Essentially disadvantage on saving throws against charms.
Yeah.
You all right back there?
This place is very chilling.
It feels
You-
fine to me. Says
hear-
the icy druid who loves the cold.
You hear with Alice whisper a hushed prayer to Torm under her breath.
Diego actually looks to Edward and goes, has anyone ever told you that your intellect is very charming?
All the time. He's being very sarcastic.
Diego is not. So now that we are here, what are we looking for? Do we just go up and knock?
You could certainly try, but I wouldn't recommend it.
That time of the night now where the lights in the nearby residential district are being damped. You see lights turning off everywhere. However, there were never any lights on at this mansion. It has been dark.
Cool.
Alice pulls out her rapier and she casts light on it to lead our way.
I ignite my glaive.
I cast light on the end of my quarterstaff. We are so prepared. All of the things.
I'm just gonna roll in the darkness and not worry about it.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
He's very goth.
I'm pretty sure nobody will see us coming.
It'll be fine.
And as we roll up to the door, she will tell you all, "Steel yourselves. We know not what terrors lie inside these walls." And she'll give each of you a bardic inspiration die.
Oh.
That you can use on any attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. And if and when we get into combat, you can use it to add it to a damage or to add to your AC against an attack. So
Wow.
Dope.
yeah,
Are you Valor?
yeah, College of Valor and an inquisitive rogue.
I too am Valor. No, I'm Lore. I was going to take Valor. So.
Well, as you head into the house, you find the door closed but not locked. Shaking hands with the handle will open the door easily. Floorboards creak in this now extremely brightly lit corridor. Several light sources.
Shall I go first?
The corridor is
meat shield.
covered in thick dust. Cobwebs hang from the ceilings around the light fixtures and off the door frames. You can see the doorways to the left and right ahead are completely obscured by thick webs. They have not been used in some time. However, there is not only a patch in the dust, but also it looks as though something has been dragged through the dust. You can give me some investigation checks. I'll give you some more detail on that if you like. It goes not only towards a door underneath the stairs, but also up the stairs. Of course, look at you all. It's
Jeez.
there is blood soaked into the floorboards where that has been dragged, and up the stairs it looks like things have not been dragged. It looks instead like they have been stepped on. Perhaps by hooved feet.
Would rolling a medicine check be able to possibly tell us how long the dried blood has been here? Is that what kind of roll that would be? Maybe?
Yeah, I could give you that. Why not? Medicine or
Okay.
history, whatever's the better.
Definitely medicine. It's a nat 20.
You can tell from the way that blood has been soaked into the wood, not only that it was maybe a week
Ignore that roll.
old. Maybe a week
Ignore
old.
that strength check.
You're good, yeah. Week old, maybe the blood, but on top of that, underneath that, it seems like it's soaked into another bloodstain, perhaps 2 weeks old. And perhaps that bloodstain might have soaked into a bloodstain 3 weeks old, as you can see this pattern, this patina. Anyone else would mistake it for ringlets in wood, but no, not you. You can tell this is aged blood on top of each other.
I kind of run my fingers lightly over the dried blood and the dust and everything, and I say to the group, there's weeks of dried blood just soaked into this floor as recently as a week ago.
Guess we know what happened to those 3 ladies from the book club.
Seam. And looks like hooves in the dust.
Yes, maybe that old woman was telling the truth when she was talking about the clipping and clacking of things against the cobblestone. But she said that she did not see any horns or tails or wings. So maybe it is not a tiefling. A centaur.
He
That
just
would be interesting.
looks at Diego for a
Are
very
they-
long time.
Are they cloved hoof
Yeah, can we
prints,
tell what
or
kinda-
are they like horse hoof prints?
They are. They are clothed, yeah.
Okay, like a satyr or something like that.
Something like
sort of.
that. Yeah, there's certainly no horseshoe on them.
Got
and
it.
They're not of one piece.
All right.
Right. Interesting.
Mackenzie in chat talking about centaurs even able to go up or downstairs. One of my favorite encounters from the very first show we ran on the D&D channel was half an hour as my players figured out how to get a cow down some stairs.
That's fantastic.
That's
Anyway.
D&D.
Oh my god.
Good stuff. Good
Blood leads
stuff.
down, hoof leads up. Where'd you like to go?
Well, if we go down, we'll probably find out what happened to the bodies, but if we go up, we'll probably find the perpetrator.
I say we go after the culprit.
I'm all for going upstairs.
I mean, I'm going.
Start
I'm,
heading up.
I'm good for going downstairs, but that's a euphemism. Let's go.
Heyo. Yes, and I would rather be upstairs than get stuck downstairs and possibly get ambushed.
Quite. Whilst he's going up the stairs, Edward will gently pull the top of the head of his cane, and there is a sword in there.
Dope.
Hell yeah.
As you all head up on these stairs, you can see this landing up here also seems unused except for the patch that you can follow the trail. However, as you pass one of the doors, this door is not cobwebbed, but also the tracks do not head inside. There is a fire that lights as you pass the doorway. It illuminates the silhouettes of 2 wing-back armchairs facing away from the fire towards you. In unison, they say, "Why have you come? You should not be here."
Curiosity? Looking for the solution to a murder?
There is no murder,
Or is
only
that so?
tribute.
There's
Tribute to what?
Really?
You
tribute
think
is
I've
still
heard this
murder.
song before? This is not a murder. It is but a tribute. Who sang that? I'm trying to think. I have a question. Do you have cloven hooves?
As you turn your torchlight towards this room, you illuminate the visage of 2 hooved individuals with their legs crossed. Their skin is kind of leathery and red. It goes all the way up their bodies to their faces. 2 female-presenting demons sit there. At first, you may mistake them for succubi until, as you cast light on them and seeing your clearly magical weapons, their horns begin to elongate out of their heads and their fangs begin to grow.
I will cast. Just cast it. Pyrotechnics. There, you said that there is a fire inside there,
There is
and now it is 20-foot radius smoke in the entire room.
Ooh.
Yep.
As you
So-
cast said smoke,
As the fire is snuffed out.
you hear a chuckle from the demons inside.
I move out of the way of the doorway. I say, I think we have found our murderers, my friends.
Yes, well, perhaps we should deal with it.
Well, we have the advantage. We are obscured. If only for a moment.
Yes, but I can't see. I mean, we can't hit him if we can't see him.
Yeah.
I reach over and I cast light on your sword. Now you can see.
We are outside the room, at least to my knowledge. And as soon as the door opened, we saw this. And then I cast pyrotechnics to fill that room, basically obscuring their sight from us. Hopefully, they are fiends, so they probably have other abilities, so that it would force them through the door. And I will say
Are
to
we
Edward
backed
and
out
everyone,
into the hallway?
yeah, I never went in. That's my theory.
You are looking to see the smoke, them come out from the smoke. You do not see them leave the room. Instead, you see the smoke in the room, not heading towards this doorway, which would be the obvious course for smoke to spread. Instead, you can see it funneling towards the ceiling.
Curious. I would like to cast fairy fire into the room. So that each object is outlined within in a 20-foot cube, and any creature in that area has to make a dexterity saving throw of DC 18 or also become illuminated.
As you cast fairy fire in the room, 2 chairs are illuminated. A fireplace is illuminated with the mantle. A ladder at the back of the room that you may not have otherwise noticed is illuminated against the now illuminated windows and curtain drapes. Above this ladder is a trapdoor.
Is that where the smoke is filing out of?
Yes, indeed.
So it seems like they were looking to try and get the jump on us. We can use that to our advantage.
Exactly. So I tried to get to funnel them, but now they are funneling us. So let's be prepared for whoever goes out of that exit way to be attacked.
And as she's holding her rapier aloft, Alice says, "Don't worry. We can't be surprised."
I can't.
As I have a rapier of warning.
Alert feet.
I also have the alert feet.
Nothing surprises them.
I think I also have the alert feet.
Fortunately, no one is jumping you, so there's nothing to be alert for, I am afraid.
Yes.
Well, to the trapdoor.
By all accounts, it seems like they slipped us by way of the trapdoor.
And I will head first.
I'll go second.
As you get close to the trapdoor, you begin to hear the weather outside, as it seems the rain has returned, doubly so as a storm is brewing.
Up that ladder.
Yep, I will climb up the ladder.
The ladder leads to the roof of the mansion. Free from smoke, this trapdoor now acting like a chimney, you can see the there on the roof, against one of the large ornamental pieces of stonework. On the back of it, they have drawn, well, maybe not drawn, or rather erected a upside-down pentagram with bits of wood. And on that pentagram stands upside down and pinned to it, the body of what looks like a very old magician. The two
Alright.
demons stand waiting. Their
And I will
bottom
start-
halves,
Continue.
their bottom halves, lost to shadow. Would everyone like to roll initiative?
Okay.
Oh.
I will start walking forward and be like, I'm sorry, my friends. Let me introduce myself. I am Diego Esteban Angel Tortuga Hernandez, but you can call me the Dancing Scorpion, and it is time to dance. And I will cast Enthrall.
Hmm.
It did not show up on the...
Is it cool if we roll your initiative and do that on your turn? From the look of my rolls, you're going to get to go before the demons. I wouldn't worry.
Okay, that's fine. Yes.
My initiative is not pulling up.
That's strange.
So
Just chuck in a dice roll plus dex. It's the old-fashioned way. Just chuck your dex and the extra. Oh, I see Diego's. My prediction was right.
why? Okay. Hold on. Okay, so 5.
Okay. Did you not have the alert feat as well?
No.
Okay. So, is that everyone? Yes, it is. Oops. So, Sage, you will be up first.
Oh gee. Looking at one of these individuals, she is going to use her bonus action to use her insightful fighting. So I make an insight against the target's deception check. And if I win, I get some cool stuff. 31. Yep. Yo.
You win.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I get to use my sneak attack against them even if I don't have advantage, as long as I don't have disadvantage. And yeah, so then she's going to run over to the closest shadow demon and with her rapier drawn make a jarring thrust against them.
Please do roll that attack roll.
13.
Oof. A 13 meets beats. You hit.
Nice.
Dealing. Is your weapon magic?
Yes.
Fantastic. Dealing full 33 points of damage. This creature looks shocked at the ferocity of your attack.
And then she'll make another one. For 26 to hit, and then she won't get her sneak attack on this one, so it'll just be the 6.
Yes, indeed. This creature looks wounded straight off the bat. It looks shocked.
And that is my turn.
Next in the turn order then will be Jess.
Right. Well, seems like Alice has the right idea, so Edward is going to lunge in with all manner of grace. Sword first, I think. Let me see here. I have a few things that I'll be doing. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of a stab. However, apparently I do not need advantage to use my sneak attack, so I'm gonna probably add that damage in addition to other things, assuming I hit. He's going to take a swing with his rapier, his packed weapon.
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit. Are we hitting the one
Cool.
that's already been damaged?
Yes, I think so. We're gonna take this one down. So that is that, and I think I'm gonna blow a spell slot and do Eldritch Smite.
By all means.
So let me throw a d8.
Oh my goodness, this creature recoils from the two of you.
Oh, I'm not done. I need to roll sneak damage. So let me.
Oh,
do
there's some sneak
3d6.
damage on your first roll there.
Is it?
The 9
Oh, good.
sneak damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I picked
So,
that up. I didn't see that.
Yeah, for a total, a total of 16 plus 5, 21. I feel sorry for my shadow demons. As they,
Oh, I also
Rogue.
didn't get my second attack because I do get 2.
please. Oh my goodness! How? Okay. Edward
God.
Galloway defeats a shadow demon this night. How does it look?
Oh my gosh.
He seems a little bored, really. It's
Mm.
just thrust, done, and a well-poised finisher.
As you commit this well-poised finisher, the shadows leave this body, diffusing into a steady stream, wrapping themselves around this body of an old mage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
It is the dancing scorpion's turn.
Okay, seeing that these things are going down a little bit easier, I will move up within 15 feet of it, and I'm going to attack. I'm going to use superiority die of lunging and precision, so I can do a 15-foot ranged attack. Actions, flame tongue. How do I? There you go. Attack. All right. So,
19 hits easily.
so it'd be 8 slashing and then plus 7 fire, and then I get to roll. I think it's d10s on my. Yes. And then 9 extra damage from the superiority die. And I think that's me. But I will bonus action say, do not worry, my friends. We cannot die. We're just too damn pretty. And I will give the other bard bardic inspiration.
Yay!
mine-
Thank you.
Mine is only
Bard buddies.
D6, I believe. Nope, it is a D8.
All these levels, you don't have an extra attack?
I might.
Surely-
Yes, I do have an extra attack. Yes.
Yeah, come on, throw it in there.
Um,
The 13
Is it-
hits.
13 hits. It's on fire, so 11 more points of damage.
Yeah.
I'll remember it next time, but I also have great weapon mastery.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Nice. Nice.
So the 19 still would have hit, but we'll do that next time.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so you can see again, this creature is also its eyes flicker towards the mage upside down on this pentagram. It's going, however, to slash at you, Diego.
Sorry, I actually have 3 attacks.
Oh my
There you
goodness.
go.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. There we go. I will use my great weapon mastery this time to add
Reroll ones, isn't it? Great weapon mastery.
Well, there's that one, but I also have the feat. So if I take 5 away, I add 10 damage.
That's right.
So
Roll to, yeah.
So
Yeah.
a 16 to hit and add, so that's 24, 32 points of damage.
32. Okay, so this creature hangs by a thread. No, wait, how much damage? 32.
Yeah, on the last attack.
You kill it!
Yep.
How'd you kill it?
Okay, so as I come up with the first attack running, and it's a 15-foot strike, as I hold the very tip of end of my glaive and thrust into it, I see the flames disperse the shadow a little bit more. Moving closer, I come with a downward strike, and then at last I actually pour something into my mouth and then blow flames off my blade across it as it cuts into it, completely destroying the completely destroying the shadow from the amount of light from a fire breath as I add to the attack.
So
Very, very showman like.
As you destroy this creature, the motes of light hang in the air for a second before gathering into the body of the mage, who opens his eyes. Thank you, my friends. Help me down.
I would like to make an insight check against this fool, because that was some weird old stuff happening.
Yeah.
Don't you make an insight check?
I'm pretty sure he's fine.
Are you the Master Mordecai? Alice asks.
Some have called me Mordecai. Others call me Mercurio. I've also been known as Malachi. Murphy in some places.
Quite a lot of names.
See,
Why should
Only
we help
if-
you down?
only a fiend would have so many names.
No, I'm not a fiend. Alice,
What is your true name? Continue.
on that 17 insight, when you say only a fiend would have so many names, hang on a second. Let me just get rid of this name for a second. As you on that and
Question
Edward
marks?
as well, you can tell only a fiend would have so many names. Oh, you might have just hit the woo.
And then Alice, she stands, boldly forth, ready to take on anything, and she says, "My friends, don't be fooled by such chicanery. This is no mere mortal, no mage," and she is going to use her counter charm to give all of us advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Wait,
Fine.
Means we're back to regular.
Yeah, exactly.
Immune to being charmed, actually.
same.
Yeah.
And frightened.
Yep.
It was the thought.
As you say
You
this
know,
and clearly show
It's
that you are
appreciated.
not going to drop your guard around him, his hands come free from the wood and he floats around upright. He says, "Fine. I am most well known as the avatar of Mephistopheles.
Oh, shit.
And I would like you
Delightful.
all roll initiative again.
Okay.
Right.
Babs, roll better. I want you to have a turn this time."
All right. I agree.
I have advantage.
Maybe my initiative will work this time.
So 22 for
No?
me.
All right.
I see 2 rolls for Sage there. Is that...
Hey.
Yeah, I
21.
have advantage on initiatives.
Got
So
it. Just checking.
Mike.
Checking it wasn't a mistake or anything.
Yeah.
In that case, it looks like Jess has the higher initiative, so it will be Jess, Devon,
I rolled a 21.
lovely.
Wow.
So Jess, Devon, Sage, Ashley, and then lastly, oh man, you might cream him. Oh. So Jess, it's your turn first. What would you like to
Alright.
do as he says, "Wah"?
As he says, blah.
Yeah.
I do not say blah.
Edward is just going to lower his blade momentarily and raise his free hand, and I think I'm just gonna wing a good old Eldritch Blast at him.
I love it.
And
Classic.
looking thoroughly bored whilst doing so. He's not interested in his monologuing or his weird noises. Yeah, I doubt
Yeah, no, unfortunately on the nat 1 there, the blast goes wide over his shoulder. Any more actions?
I don't think I have any bonus actions. Let me see. Nope.
Fantastic. Then next in turn order we have Devon.
He will. It seems that you want to dance, and I will run up and I will slash at him with my glaive, and I will stay 10 feet away, and then attack. So 16, or does a 19 hit?
19 does hit.
Okay, so 16 points of damage. And I will actually use goading attack to pull his ire towards him, so you need to make a wisdom saving throw. And I will add a d10 to this. Oh, yay, awesome. So 1 more point of damage, but you fail the wisdom saving throw, and you have disadvantage to attack anybody but me.
Fantastic. Handy. As a reaction on his turn, he's going to reach out and use Shocking Grasp on you. As he does so, lightning arcs from the sky and will strike you also, should this hit.
Ooh!
Does an 18 hit you?
Ooh.
Let me see.
You can
I
spend
believe,
your D8.
yes.
You can spend your D8 to add it to your armor class.
I will do that. 23.
The lightning and the Shocking Grasp misses you narrowly, and the lightning strikes the tiles, doing no damage to you.
This is very fun, my friend. Let's try and do better.
Next. Oh, do you have more attacks? You have like a million, right?
Yes, that was the first attack.
You get 2 more?
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
I will take the 5 away. And I know 21 hits, so that's 29 points of damage.
Yep.
And then the last one.
Nice.
I think I'm going to also do that thing where I take 5 away. And
11, 22. Oh, 44.
okay.
Lots of damage on your turn.
But because it's a crit, I'm going to spend another superiority die. And that's going to be 2d10.
You
I'm
can only
going to
spend
do-
1 per attack per turn, right?
Oh, is it? Let me see.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, sounds right.
That would be insane if you could do that more than once per turn.
Let's just say yes for now. That's so. I'm
Yeah,
gonna look
okay,
more
that
into it
seems
when
like
it's
a-
not my turn. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. I've got the. I'll look through the rules in just a second. So next in the turn order will be Sage.
So is it possible for Alice to move up into like a flanking position on the other side of this wizard to get in some stabberoonies?
It specifically says only one maneuver per attack.
It does say only one maneuver per attack, to be fair.
So I could add one.
Yeah, go on.
Oh.
Chuck it in.
So 8 more points of damage.
Beautiful.
Sexy.
Okay. It looks thoroughly
yeah.
attacked. Bah!
Do you include the optional rules of flanking?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, sweet. She is going to get in with her rapier on this archmage and get so advantage a natural 20. I'll take that.
Hey. Rolling fire.
Oh my goodness.
Hot fire. And then she's gonna keep going again because this like is the embodiment of just everything that she just hates about this city, and she's just gonna thrust it in deeper into it and get a 24.
Whoa.
And only but 9 damage.
Heyo.
It's going to react to your attack. And try the same stuff on you as it's trying to shocking grasp, and the lightning's going to cool down as well. Does a 27 hit you?
Nope, disadvantage.
Disadvantage, does a 19 hit you?
Yes, but she is going to use her defensive duelist, so I'm going to add my proficiency bonus to my armor class, so it does it beat a 23?
No.
So she parries it. She parries his shocking grasp with her rapier as she shoulders in more.
The avatar of
And
Mephistopheles looks vexed.
And I say, no, my friend. You are dancing with me. Come back here.
And then she's gonna unsheath the short sword from her belt and get in with her left hand. And that will be a 24 for 8 damage.
Okay, yeah, that's going to hit.
Woo.
That's my turn.
That's a lot of damage so far.
The short sword is not magical, so if it has resistance.
Did you say non-magical?
Right, the short sword is not her rapier, is magical. So it'll be 4 if it's got resistance.
Got it. That's just fine, thank you. Next in the turn order, Aldara.
All right, Aldara is so ready. So to add to all of this shenanigans, all of this butt kicking, she's gonna be careful to make sure that Alice isn't in it. But Aldara is gonna cast Moonbeam.
Nice.
On the fiend. So he needs to make a con save.
DC 18. You know,
Whoop.
does not make
Whoop.
it.
Amazing. So, 2d10, 13 points of damage. And it instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light. If it's a shape changer.
So, as you hit this avatar of Mephistopheles with the with this moonbeam, I think as the moonbeam comes down and the light comes down, let's do it slowly like syrup. Why not? It comes down slowly, and away melts this mage's skin first, followed by the bone and sinew, as it melts away, leaving only a ghostly avatar.
Very
Dope.
cool.
Dope. And then I'm going to keep that up as long as I can.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that is me.
Okay. Fine. You want my attention? You shall have my attention. It looks to you, Diego.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay. Can't do anything about that.
One more dart for each one above first.
Can I counterspell that?
Sure, they're going to be casting at 5th level. I believe that makes... Is it DC 15 or 17?
If it is casting a spell 4th level or higher, make an ability check using equals
10
10
plus
plus the
15.
spell's level, so 15. Okay. Will?
Oh!
Ha!
Yeah. As it
He
tries
just
to
snaps his fingers.
cast, it curses for a second, holding its hands, and as a bonus action, it's gonna just try and stab you. Curse you. God damn it. It's just gonna try and stab you. Like, does a 22 hit?
You can add
Don't have
that
that.
D8 to your AC.
I've already used it.
Oh, I thought it was going after.
I was gonna say, is it
I
stabbing
thought it was
Diego
going
or-
after Edward.
No, I'm pulling its ire right now.
Okay.
Do I have parry? Great weapon, pull on, bardic. Second wind. I do not have parry. Damn. Yeah, that hits.
6 piercing damage. 6 vitriol filled, angry piercing damage. Frustrated
God.
piercing damage.
As-
If looks
as he
could
does-
kill, we'd add sneak attack.
As he does that, with the a magic missile that's coming out that gets snuffed out, you see Diego actually open up, and that's what gets him stabbed. And as he pulls the blade back, he says, No, my friend, you have to do better. I have fought more dangerous flunks wielding dandelions than you.
Perhaps I should have let them hit you with the magic.
Come on, we're having fun. This is a dance. Right.
As the storm rages, hang on, I got a Foley for that. As the storm rages, there it goes, just a long delay on it. As the storm rages, can everyone make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Ooh, fun times.
I've got to hit you with
Is this
something.
for like an area of effect kind of
It,
situation?
yeah, it's for an area of
Okay.
effect, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just crit.
Yeah.
Did.
My goodness. At least we get one of you. Anyone who rolled less than a 17, take 34 points of damage. Anyone who rolled more than a 17, take only 17 points of damage unless you have special abilities to prevent that.
Evasion.
There it goes.
I think I have that too, probably.
To be clear, it may
Hold
look
on.
like I rolled a spell there, but it is a area effect thing. At least I've finally put something double digits health in you, some of you. Okay, back to the top of the round. Edward Galloway, you're up.
Right. Well, he didn't like that. Being shocked by lightning sucks. So, is everybody fairly closely gathered around this creature? I need like.
Alice
Is everybody
Alice
within
right up on
60
him.
feet?
I mean, I don't think the
Okay.
rooftop is more than 60 feet, so yeah.
Okay, I don't want to kill all of us, so I won't do my Mystic Arcanum.
I mean, yeah, Alice
Um,
is like on top of this guy pretty much.
All right, yeah, I don't want to murder anybody other than this guy, so I won't do that. But
Come on, where's the adventure?
I've got 99 hit points.
I am not casting Circle of Death when we're all right there.
I got
99
healing
hit points, but
potions.
this fiend ain't one.
Despite appearances, he is a little more considerate. So I think we'll just go.
What a gentleman.
Indeed. We'll just go with negative energy flood on the beastie.
By all means.
However, does it look especially like undead, or is this more like spiritually? Like, can I do something to tell?
Looks more like roll me
Arcana check.
Yeah, that'll do.
Arcana.
I was gonna say Arcana or Religion, one or the other.
I'm equally bad at both of those.
Perfect.
I was about to
Yeah.
say,
Looks spooky.
You can spend.
Oh
it's a
yeah,
spooky
I could
ghost.
spend- I could spend the D8, I guess.
Even with a D8, that's max
Man.
12.
12.
It's not
save
gonna
it,
do
I
a
guess.
whole lot. Damn it. All right. Well,
Do what thou wilt.
I might just make this fight longer for us if I'm wrong, but here goes. It needs to make a con save.
Okay. DC 19. No, they're not gonna.
Ooh!
They're not gonna pass. It's close, but no. Maybe if I'd use that advantage sitting on my screen, maybe. As you do this, yes, 39 points of necrotic damage. You see the creature drain a little as you drain the negative energy from it. The necrotic damage does damage it.
Okay, good. I'm glad it's not undead. Otherwise, I would have healed it.
Yeah, no, I think you can tell from that with the Arcana check. Is this sort of like that? Is that Oh, we'll just
Like,
try
is
it and
that a
find out.
ghost, or
Yeah, we'll try it and find out. And you try it, and you discover that it is, in fact, more like a shadow than a ghost.
awesome.
Is that everything for your turn?
I think that's everything I can do because I'm plumb out of spell slots.
Fantastic. Well then, next up is Devon's turn.
I'm going to attack it. Surprise. Does a 15 hit?
Just, yes.
Wow. So 21 points of damage.
Okay.
Second,
Nice.
Yep.
19 points of damage. And then the last one, 13 does not hit. So that's
You know
me.
I forgot as well at the end of my turn to take damage for not moving out of the moonbeam, so I think that'll be another 13 points of damage. With that, Diego, how does this look?
How does what look? Oh, how does this? Oh, wow. As he's spinning his blade around, he actually dances with everybody in unison, allowing everybody, like, so my attacks are counting as everyone else attacking as well in this. And then at the last second, he takes his glaive and thrusts it down into the moon beam, as the moon beam itself ignites in flame, causing more light to ignite from this area completely, as he screams out in pain, and the light nearly becomes blinding before you see it wither away and turn to ethereal ash.
Yeah. As the ash lands on the wet tiles, you see a little spark between the ashes. And then as one last parting gift, the grenade over the fence as our fiend departs the world. Can you all please make me one last dex save? And this one's cruel, I'm sorry. Actually, I nat 1 the damage, it's not too bad.
15.
So, higher than a 17, you take...
Oh wait, I have a D8. I'm gonna spend my D8.
You do,
I was gonna
yeah?
say, you only gave us 1d8, right?
Yeah, if you've used the bardic inspiration, then that's it.
Okay, just making sure.
Then if
Curses.
you... But less
Yeah.
oh my goodness. Less than a 17, you take the full 37 damage. Higher than a 17, you take 18 damage.
Evasion.
Curse you. As that thunder peals one last time. Everyone make me another dex save as the building collapses.
Ooh, fun times.
I'm gonna use my advantage this time.
Oh, I have an advantage.
I have an advantage
actually, I
too.
don't need to. Never mind. Can't do better than that.
You've all rolled very well. As this building crumbles, you can roll off into the street or into the garden, a nice soft landing, taking no damage from the fall. The lightning strikes repeatedly until the building is no more. Outside, you can see the police raiders, like 20 people in 2 files of 10, are running down the street with lanterns and batons, as though they're going to raid this building. And as they turn up, seeing it being demolished, you just hear the chief constable sort of say, "Well, boys, good work. Like good old-fashioned police work has solved this case again."
Oh my god. Alice immediately turns to Edward as like, I could really use another drink.
And
Let them have it. It's fine.
Diego will actually come up and clasp both of you on your shoulders and bring you in and say, "What an amazing adventure, my friends. Let us all go have a drink."
Just another evening, really.
In
But
the
still-
basement that is revealed by the collapsing building, somehow miraculously, as though there was, say, I don't know, a globe of invulnerability cast on them, there are 3 stabilized 0 HP bodies.
I will feed each of them a health potion.
And I will also cast which one do I want to use?
"You have good berry," said Druid.
I don't.
Hmm.
I will cast Healing Word
And I will
on
cast,
all 3 of them.
And I will cast Cure Wounds, but in my way, it is more so medical instead of magical. So at 2nd level, I have 2, and then one person gets 2 1st level. So is again not showing up on the thing.
As you all are healing these civilians beyond full health, you see the chief constable sort of take out his pipe. "You know, you're really messing with the economy. They're never going to get that hospital built when you go around healing everyone like this."
Well, maybe if you're here on time, my friend. We told you where it was going to be.
I gathered my men, and this will spark definitely an argument. Give me persuasion checks to avoid being put in a cell for the night, and we'll see where we wrap
Okay.
up.
Persuasion, is it?
Oh yes, just my specialty.
Yeah, that's good enough. Oh my goodness.
They love Alice.
Yeah, I think with the combined
Hi
persuasion checks,
boys.
very much a hi boys. Maybe you goad, maybe you persuade, maybe it's the classic. What are you going to charge me with? But you cannot. They do not put you in a cell. You are considered heroes by Sally, Mary, and Margot, who have deep, enriched, entrenched backstories in this setting, and you will discover them over the weeks, getting to know them. You did it. You solved the mystery. How do you celebrate?
Buying drinks for everyone and putting on a show.
Alice brings you to a much livelier bar than the Elf Song Tavern.
Yes, I believe there would be a place known as Avernus, a nightclub that opened up in
Charming
Baldurs Gate
name.
recently.
Let's
Yeah, someone
see what
told
it
them
is.
that
That's
dodgy
better.
dive pubs were called hells. They got the wrong idea. But
Edward
yeah,
goes home and has a quiet night.
y'all did it. You solved the mystery. You showed up the cops. You defeated a demon. Baldur's Gate is safe for another night. Congratulations! And we raised a bunch of money for charity as
Woo!
well.
Woohoo!
Totals now
Thank
to
you, everyone.
$600. Trooper, I'm sorry your donation didn't come through in time for this adventure. If you want to let me know who gets it in the next one, we will pass it on. Hey everyone, why don't we go around, talk about who we are, where we can find each other, and all the wonderful things that we do. We went clockwise last time, so let's go anti-clockwise this time and start with Real Babs the Bat. Ashley.
Oh, that is me. So you can find me on Instagram as @BabsTheBat. You can find me on Twitter as @RealBabsTheBat, because I am the real one. And you can also check me out on my podcast called Nerdspresso. It is a nerd life podcast that sits down with people with nerdy jobs, and we talk about life and drink nerdy coffee and all that stuff. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Nerdspresso Podcast or at nerdspressopodcast.com.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And next around the screen, we have Staff of Stage. Staff of Sage? Oh, hi! Twice. Two
It's
for
okay.
two. I've messed it up.
It's really late for you. I understand. Oh my goodness, I've had such a great time, everyone. Thank you so much. You can find me at Staff of Sage on Twitter, Instagram, and whatnot. I also play on the Venture Maidens. I'm Cara Brunhilde as our main Venture Maidens campaign as a lovely dwarven barbarian cleric. But I also am currently running Descent into Avernus on off Wednesdays and a Dragon Age campaign where we run through the War Table missions and Dragon Age Inquisition. And I'm also on another podcast called Curse of Lords where I'm an atheist paladin. So yeah, I do many things.
I love that. Thank you. And as I said at the beginning, if you want to chuck your links in chat, please do, because I will misspell them. I had a hoot and a holler trying to get a Twitch link earlier, right, and it just didn't come through. I've given up. I'll do your Twitters, all right? I'll do your Twitters. Next around, we have Little Cup of Joe, Jess.
Hello. This was absolutely delightful and all kinds of fun. What a good group. I am Jess, Little Cup of Joe. I stream stuff very late at night. I have a couple TTRPG campaigns I run on my channel. And lately, you can find me on Little Red Dot's channel on Sundays in a Dragon Age campaign. I'm playing a Circle Mage, who is basically the conscience of the group. Weird.
I just interviewed
know.
her
Very
for my
important.
podcast.
Awesome.
I love Chelsea.
Yeah. And yeah, just follow me on Twitter for all the other stuff because there's too much to list. You can hear me in some video games, that kind of thing. Eh.
We can marry you in some video games, right?
Yes.
That's not
yes,
weird at all to
indeed.
share on your.
I would like to marry characters that sound like me. You can do that.
Mackenzie's just been calling me out in chat all night as well. It's been an experience. Last but most certainly not least around the table, we have Devon. Devon is not here. At D4D&D at Rock Punch ATL.
Yes, that is correct. I am Devin. I'm one of the co-DMs for a dual DM show that airs 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rock Punch ATL's Twitch channel. It is D4. You can find us on Twitter at D4DNDRPG. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, all those types of things.
They stream on Sundays.
Yes, that's why I said Sundays at 7.
You didn't say Sunday.
Oh,
You just said the time.
oh, okay. Yes, Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, check us out. We actually might be having a very cool voiceover guest.
Friend.
Yeah,
Cool.
coming
That
up
does
soon.
sound
Not
very
this
cool.
coming episode, but next week's. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, everyone, that has been this section of the stream. Thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for your generous donations. We very much appreciate them. We will be back. I'm gonna put. I should really set that up if I'm gonna say I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put 20 minutes on the clock. we'll be back with the next group. Stella Luna will be coming in next to run a game with us. Yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. We'll see you in around 20 minutes. Invoking emotions. I see a few of you going to bed as well, so good night.
Good night.